Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Somerset Sports Talk, presentation of Somerset County Recreation, Parks, and Tourism. I'm Gary.
I'm the one, Jack.
I'm Adam, and it's May 1st.
It's May Day,
It's gonna be May.
and we are here to inform and enlighten and entertain.
Precisely.
Maybe not in that order, but we will start with, how about we start with the NBA? A week ago, we made some predictions.
Yes.
I think we're all pretty safe yet
Really?
on those predictions.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm actually following this now, so
Jack's he's an NBA watcher.
I'm watching it.
Yeah?
Losing money too. I mean,
Well,
thinking.
are
about
you
losing
watching
money.
it for entertainment purposes?
Oh,
or
absolutely.
Oh, okay. Have you been entertained
I
positively
wish
or
I could.
negatively?
It's always 1 out of 4. It just doesn't work out for
Huh.
me. So I either need to go to 3 or something.
All right. Oklahoma City
Swept.
swept Phoenix.
Pretty
I don't
easy
think
prediction.
anybody thought that might
No.
not happen.
That was a pretty easy prediction there.
San Antonio beat Portland 4-1.
Yep. That Wembanyama's good, and he plays mean and angry. I like that.
The only thing, like I know and like he had the
He's so
concussion.
tall.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know.
He's so
Like you've seen tall players before, but
he's nimble and
Yeah.
graceful. And
like
it's crazy.
Sean Bradley was taller
Yeah.
than him,
Yeah,
but he couldn't move. He wasn't as
No.
fluid.
not at all.
Ralph Sampson was almost as tall as him, and he moved
really
pretty well.
Yeah, he did.
You know,
But he's a real something to watch for sure.
yeah. Taco Fall was bigger than him.
Oh yeah, really?
Yeah, I think so.
I think Manute
Taco-
Bowl was also. I think he was 7'7". Didn't
Oh,
Wemby
that's
7'6",
I think you're right.
right?
No,
Didn't Wemby
he's
7'6"?
7'4". I thought he was
7'4".
7'4".
Okay. Yeah, so Manute was bigger than
And then my giant. Come on, you know my giant.
Andre?
No,
Oh.
George Mirasan.
Oh, yeah.
Come on. Wasn't he a wizard?
He was.
Oh, okay.
But you're probably making the movie reference. Wasn't he in some movie
Yeah,
or something?
with Billy Crystal.
See, I don't
called
watch
My
movies.
Giant.
I don't watch movies.
Oh, that's right. That's
Yeah.
right. But yes, now I heard that after the one game they lost, he cried.
My giant. Is
Who
that
did?
is that
Wemby?
politically
Oh, really?
correct?
I don't know if you can own a giant.
It is a form of giantism.
It's, yes, it's
Giant,
yes.
Sam is giant. And
I don't- well-
Giant shaming.
So,
Is there such thing as that?
Andre
Giant
the
baiting.
Andre the Giant. He made
Yeah.
a whole career out of it.
They said he could drink like 20 beers and not even be drunk.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
He needed 36 just to even start the
To,
field.
right,
Yeah.
yeah.
Of course, he was big, 400 pounds.
Oh yeah, he was a true
He
giant.
was a true giant.
so I'm going to skip a stone here and say, I heard this week on a talk show that I like to steal a lot of stuff from. And, they were talking about Oliver Rue. Do you know who he is? The guy from Florida, 7'9".
Whoa.
Oh yes, okay.
He left Florida. I think he went to Cal Irvine, the Anteaters.
Wow.
And they were said, so if you had the chance to have just an okay NBA career, you made $25 million, would you take $25 million to be 7'9"?
Whoa, what a great question.
It was. That's why I stole it.
Oh, man.
Oh, you mean to have to put up with the challenges of being
7'9". Yes.
Like don't fit in beds and
Tucking your
can't walk
head.
into rooms,
coming
and,
through doors,
right,
hitting
that kind of
chandeliers.
stuff. Yeah.
But you get $25 million.
I mean,
All right, so here's my answer. It's simple for me. Absolutely, I'd take it in a heartbeat, and I'd have a 4'10" girlfriend
There you go.
because I could afford it.
all right, that's
That's how I see it.
That's a good visual there.
Yeah. You could buy
That's
a,
precisely
All
why.
right.
you could probably
Okay.
afford that every night.
All
Too.
right.
Well, 25 mil goes a long way.
Or, so yeah, you get a lot of 4-footers coming in.
Oh god.
Or
Set me up
I
for
like
that.
it.
what would you rather be, 7'9" or 3'9"?
Oh, 7'9".
Easily.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, I'm sorry, 4'9". Well,
7'9".
you would rather be
Still.
7'9" instead of 4'9"?
Yes.
I'd rather
as a male, absolutely.
I'd rather duck than have
As
to
a
jump.
female, you have a different answer?
Females can get away with being short,
Yeah, that's true.
but
4'9" female,
Yeah.
not a problem.
Well, it's a little bit lower than your requirement of
So,
4'10.
I'm not picky.
Dave, the show's going off the rails already.
Hit that gong, Dave.
Do you have the gong?
Hit the gong.
Dave's like Jack lost his mind.
The
I-
7-foot answer for the lady,
Yeah.
yeah. You ever hear the line, toes to nose?
Once again, freaking gold.
All right, let's get back on topic.
You wanted
here.
to wing it. Here we
Well,
go.
I did.
I guess we got to rein it in.
But so we were talking 7-4. But is it okay to cry after a win? Like to be that emotional? I know he's a young.
Wemby
piece.
was crying.
Yeah,
Was he? That seems
that's what I
bad.
heard. I don't know if it's true. I heard
Yes,
that.
that's okay.
And somebody was.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because he takes it serious.
There's
Yeah.
no crying in basketball.
Well,
Yeah, that's fine to do
It's
that.
true.
I think.
but
That's
he's
fine
like
to do
No,
that.
I mean, in
is he
today's
like
world,
21, 22, somewhere.
Yeah.
yeah.
He'll get used to it.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm sure he's under tremendous pressure,
Oh, yeah.
to succeed. And
The whole country of
it
France.
could all build up. Was this after he hit his head and all that went on?
Well,
Being
yeah, because
emotional?
they
Yeah.
lost.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
So,
something
That was
like
game 2, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's okay.
All right. Let's see. The Timberwolves disposed of the Nuggets. Is that
Yeah,
right?
that was a.
Yeah.
Are they,
4-2.
was it 4-2? Okay, yeah,
That's
that's
what it
right.
says here. And that's without.
So the Timberwolves
Ant-Man.
won that next game because they lost.
And
both
what's
their
his
guards.
name that popped his Achilles?
Yeah.
Edwards.
DiVincenzo.
DiVincenzo.
Yeah.
They both went out within a day.
I hate when they show popping Achilles too. It's so
Ooh.
like, oh, it's the rubber band.
You can just see it roll
You
up.
can see it. Oh,
Yeah.
ah, it's-
It rolls up.
Thanks
that's
for
bad.
that in.
That's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't. If I had never had to see that again, I'd be just
I'm
fine.
glad I didn't.
Yeah, I've seen it like.
So
with a
the
couple other
Timberwolves-
people.
Would you rather pop your Achilles or be 3'9"?
3'9".
I'd rather pop my
I think
Achilles
the
than be
Achilles
3'9"
and recover,
Yeah,
you
because
know.
you can recover.
You
Yeah,
can recover from that.
can't recover from 3'9".
Yeah, but look at all the film opportunities you'd have if you went to
There's some
Hollywood.
truth.
See, now we're getting,
Huh?
now we're treading into some very deep water that I think that we don't have a life vest for.
Let's swim out.
Let's go back
You
to
could-
safety. Lifeguard, please come save us.
Really? You
He
know.
walked out of the room.
Yeah, he's going. Lifeguard
He
going.
knows what's
Wicked.
going on over here.
I don't know. Lakers are up 3-2 on the Rockets. Does anybody really care about that big series?
From what I gather, LeBron still got the juice, playing good.
Were you talking about LeBron with the headband?
Yeah,
Yeah, we were talking this week.
yeah.
He's
So
got
they-
the
they-
headband.
If he
on
wears
the
a
top.
headband, like people are in big trouble. He
Look
had more
out.
than a headband yet.
So they're up 3-2.
Yeah,
Yeah,
They
they're
must be
going to
playing
win.
tonight.
They'll
then,
finish
right?
out. I think they play tonight.
they
They'll
do.
finish
The,
out.
all of the
You think they're going to finish?
Yeah, they'll
it?
finish
winners
it out.
play tonight.
Yeah,
New York just mollywopped the Hawks.
yeah, that was.
So last night, and I even texted you guys.
Yeah.
I had to do a double take and look to see what quarter it was. No lie, because I knew it was early on in the game.
Yeah.
And it was 72-22, and there were like 8 minutes still to go in the first half.
Yeah.
And at that pace, I thought you could get to 200 at that
Oh, yeah.
pace. 200 points.
It was like 83, 33, 85.
I think it was 92.
55
I think it was 92 something at
half.
halftime.
Yeah.
And then they couldn't. They had to go back to the norm, and they scored whatever 50 points in the second half.
How do
and they
you-
won by 50.
How do you, as a professional player,
Let that happen.
yes,
But you
a
know the
professional
interesting part,
team,
Atlanta was trying to shoot. They just weren't making anything
yeah.
for the little period of time I was able to watch.
Do you think they were tanking so they could get
I
a?
don't know.
Higher draft pick?
I looked at the box score, and everybody on New York's team was shooting 80+%. Like everything they threw up there went in. So you combine that with a little
one
bit
of
of
those
tanking,
guys, yeah.
and you got 50-point
Or
gap.
one of those, it's over, I don't care.
Well, that's probably part of it. I mean, that kind of thing's not good for the NBA, in my
No.
opinion.
No.
I don't think that's good at all.
Agreed.
For
I
the
think-
reasons that you're talking about, they're pros. They shouldn't be
Yeah.
getting a wallop like that.
Yeah. I think this next round will be more,
Yeah, well, as they
True
get
basketball.
going on, a little more defense is played, and so on and so on.
But Boston is tied with Philly.
What's up with that?
3-3.
How does Philadelphia start playing so good?
Yeah. Well, Embiid came back. I heard that.
So that's been based. Those last 2 games, Embiid was the deal.
I think I've been busy, so I haven't been able to
Yeah,
watch.
because I mean, I've been sort of looking at it from the side.
I've been busy.
Yeah.
He's been busy. He's a busy
You know,
man.
I mean, yeah.
a lot going on.
A lot going on.
Yeah.
But well, that's and that could very well end a very promising season for the Celtics. You know those
That
Boston,
would be like yes. That
those
would
Boston
be bad.
writers are just beside themselves.
Oh, I'm sure.
They get pretty hacked off up there.
They'll win Game 7 in Boston.
More than likely.
I agree with that too.
More than likely.
And then you got the Pistons down 3-2
Yeah, how about that?
to Orlando.
Orlando of all
They're
teams.
out. They're done.
They don't have a big 2 in Detroit.
Right.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
They got a big 1 in Cunningham,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't have.
Yeah.
Who else scares you on that team?
No one.
I couldn't tell you anybody else on that team.
Is Isaiah Thomas still there?
Uh,
Joe Dumars?
Joe Dumars.
Ooh, he was tough.
Isaiah could come and help. Isaiah was a player.
Did the microwave play for them?
Vinnie Johnson.
Wasn't he on the
Yeah.
Detroit?
Yeah.
Right.
John Sally. Bill Lambier. Dennis Rodman. None of those guys are walking through the door.
See, and that's why they're losers.
Yeah, that would scare them. And Cleveland and Toronto, 3-2. Cleveland leads. Eh.
No one
Yeah,
cares about
who
that.
cares?
Yeah, I mean,
That's
it's
not like the-
it's not even.
The
It's
4
like-
or 5 games don't really interest me because
Yeah.
they seem like they're the same teams. You know, like the
Yeah.
1-8 and 2-7. That's
Yeah.
shocking. So, like I said, we're all still good with our picks. I have them written down somewhere in all my
Oh, right.
Amongst
notes.
the notes.
I don't think I'll ever find them. So,
Well, that's good. I win then.
Hope you remember what you picked.
just say you did. All right. Next, Jack, tell us about the demise of the Live Tour.
All right. As any of you know, if you know anything about Live, it was backed by the PIF out of Saudi Arabia, private investment fund, I think is what it's called, and they were the ones that disrupted the whole tour. I guess it was almost 5 years ago now, by throwing all this money at all these top level players and even the middle level players, and they started their own tour and so on and so forth. Along the way, they kind of just went into some foreign countries where they had some success and interest, but by and large, there were no contests to compete for viewership at any level
Yeah.
with the PGA Tour. PGA Tour is a star-making machine, and it has been since the day the TV got involved and the tour split off from the PGA of America and just focused on the players.
Yeah.
So anybody that you know has been famous throughout history has been promoted through media, either the writers and then the TV and then the writers as well, and now social media is all back. So the tour was rocked by this whole situation. Well, because of issues in the Middle East and the war and whatever you want to call it over there, apparently the PIF no longer is seeing that throwing $4 billion at a losing business cause
Right.
is warranted. So they have said officially that this is the last calendar year that they're going to support it. And even then, it may not even happen because just 2 days ago, their next stop in New Orleans, I think it's next week, was postponed.
Uh-huh.
And it's all created an uproar among probably most of the players who are on Live.
Yeah.
And they range from old to young. So the young players are impacted because they don't have any career to go back to.
Yeah.
Because they didn't start one with the tour. And the old guys they got a retirement fund. So it was beautiful for them.
So what happens to the players who
Okay,
have
so-
been on that tour?
Right.
Do they get like, hey, welcome back to
So
the PGA
it's a
Tour?
great topic right now. It is the topic. How can we integrate these players back? Is that even a possibility? What form will it take? Well, it's already happened
Right.
to a few players.
Like
Most
if you
notable-
were a major winner,
Well, the way it was done this year, the new commissioner of the PGA Tour, his name is Rolap. He was not in the golf world. He was the NFL #2 man that was in charge of all the media expansion and explosion for the NFL.
Okay.
The tour gave him an option to come and help with the PGA Tour and grow it, because it's now a for-profit entity. The PGA Tour. It was always a non-profit. It is now a for-profit entity where the players have a vested financial interest in how the tour performs, and so on and so forth going forward. So it's a little different structure, and he's still learning, he's still maneuvering, and there's going to be a lot of changes to how things are presented starting in 2027. Nothing this year, but where that's taking us is he wants the best players to play for the tour. So Brooks Koepka, 5-time major winner.
Came back.
4-time major winner. 2 U.S. Opens, 2 PGAs. His contract with LIV was up, so there was negotiations of whether he was going to go forward. As long ago as last year, he said, "I don't want to go. I want to be back on the tour."
right?
So the PGA Tour said to 3 players, John Rahm, Cameron Davis, and Koepka, "We'll let you come back, but here are the rules. And you have till whatever date, February 1st. This was back in January. You have to pay $5 million to the charity of your choice. You have no status on the tour as far as being a tour member like you used to be. However, you can earn that status back through playing. There are 8 signature events this year. You are not allowed to play in any of them unless you earn your way into it. The big money ones. So very strict, but allowing him to play in the other tournaments other than the signature tournaments.
So does that mean they have to qualify?
Yes.
In this stage, no.
Oh,
He's right in it, like the tournament in Hawaii. He was
Okay.
in it. The tournament in Zurich down there in New Orleans, the team tournament. He was in it. And he's played reasonably, but not great. Certainly his putting is woeful. But he's moved his way up. There are ways to qualify for the signature tournaments that he's now just on the outside of and looking in, trying to get in that way. Rahm and Cameron Davis said no. Now, they were both former winners of majors within the last 5 years, and that's how that criteria was established.
okay.
They both said no, pound sand, see you later. In the meantime, the European tour, you really want to go down, this is very complicated. I don't know if you want to spend all this time on this. I guess I can sum it up.
Yeah.
But the long and the short of it is that there are ways for these players to literally play their way back
onto
into
the
the
tour.
tour. As far as an open arms policy for come on back, ain't happening.
No.
And there is going to be monetary penalties because there was definitely a negative impact in a lot of ways by taking the talent and just like stealing it from the tour. And then they got these windfalls of anywhere from $20 to $100 million or more to play on that Arabian tour, Saudi Arabian tour. So the feeling is that you have the best players on the current tour that didn't go.
Right.
That I let them back. I didn't go. You just gonna let them back. I could have gone, got my $100 million, and then come right back. What the hey?
Yes, sir.
So they're trying to figure out a way so that there is some penalty, like you're talking about that $5 million. That's $5 million for Brooks Koepka. I don't know. You talk about a guy that's down the ladder a
Yeah,
little bit.
like younger guys.
So the younger guys, because they were never actually, most of them were never actually members of the
Dave,
tour.
you've been here a long time.
They can just go and try to qualify
school?
like right out of Q school.
Yeah.
That's going to be allowed.
That-
So it's really
okay.
goes back to the old way of earning your card.
Your card,
It's
yeah.
jumping in and hoping you play good at the time.
So what happens with a guy like Phil Mickelson?
Oh.
So Phil Mickelson will never be asked back in any way, shape, or form.
Really?
No.
Why is that?
He was basically the
He was on some
he
lawsuits.
was the instigator of creating this situation in terms of recruiting players, and then he was the forefront apparently of the lawsuit for whatever it was.
Yeah, I don't know what that was
And it was against the tour. Now, it was eventually And not every player joined in. There was like 10 or 12 of them that did it.
Yeah.
But most of them, were all the bad attitude guys. Frankly, there was no missing them when they left anyway.
Yeah,
It's like, and I won't name names, but everybody knows who they are if you follow golf. So Mickelson's now in his, he's 57 or 8.
Is he that
At this
old?
point, yeah.
Can he get on the senior team?
56. Oh, he could dominate. He did dominate. He played 4 senior tour events and won them all.
So he can come back and play?
No,
They won't-
he's got to be
nothing?
invited back.
Oh, they won't take him either.
Because the senior tour is not a qualification. I guess there is a qualification. But he won't do that.
No.
And he hasn't been playing. He hasn't been seen in public now in like 8 weeks.
Yeah.
And my guess is his wife has cancer, had like some sort of cancer, and I think there might be some issues there. I don't know that. I should probably say that.
Right.
But he hasn't played. He hasn't been
But-
seen. He hasn't been
yeah.
talked to. But I don't think he's got a future within the professional golf world anymore. Saying that, maybe he will, maybe he won't. My guess is that he would end up with DeChambeau doing the YouTube stuff. That's the way he would be seen and maybe potentially make money through however that would work out.
Sure, hustling people on YouTube.
Well, that could happen, but and he's a big enough name, and nobody, a lot of people don't really care that he could make plenty of money.
Sure, he can do.
He could do private.
So,
events and on.
So did he?
But nothing's going to happen really this
Did
year.
he ever win the Masters?
No. Oh yes,
Yes.
So he can't. Can he come back and play?
He can play in the Masters.
He can.
He didn't this year.
Okay, that's what I. That's,
Right.
But he's all right. So just to clear that up.
Is that a tour? Is that official tour
No.
event?
Well, yes. It's all. They're all sanctioned by the tour.
But he can come and play in the
But
Masters.
so the interesting part about the majors is that the PGA Tour itself doesn't have any influence on the ownership property of those events.
Okay.
Augusta membership owns the Masters.
Right.
The PGA of America, my group, it's a separate from the PGA Tour, owns the Ryder Cup.
Okay.
The British Open's owned by R&A. The
Oh, man, you didn't have to bring it to me, brother. I was coming.
British Open, Masters,
Well, I mean,
U.S. Open,
US Open.
U.S. Open's USGA.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
The PGA Tour basically provides the thrills of the events by having those events give exemptions to the PGA Tour players for whatever they give them for.
Okay.
Performance top 50,
Okay.
past wins, and so on. So
okay.
the British, the Augusta is a lifelong
Right.
ticket back. So you win it once, you come back till you can't play again.
Mm-hmm.
The U.S. Open was like that at one point. Then it went to 10 years. It's now back to 5 years. So Bryson DeChambeau, still on live. He won the U.S. Open 5 years ago. This is his last year of exemption back into that
Right.
event.
Okay.
And then if you win the U.S. Open, you're also exempt in the PGA Championship for 5 years and the British Open for 5 years.
Okay.
But he also, and then in the Masters, but he gets an invitation based on just who he is, I guess. Not based, I don't really know how he gets an invitation. I guess he finished high enough from a previous year where he was invited back. That's how it was. So he's not an automatic to play the Masters. Bryson DeChambeau.
Right.
Mickelson is.
Right. 'Cause he
Sergio
won.
Garcia is.
Right. Okay.
Several of these other guys
Okay.
that are.
That's what I was wondering about that.
Once you win it, you can play. So the Masters said, I don't care if they're on the Live Tour or not. They follow the criteria as past champion.
Right.
Come on and play.
Right.
And that was part of what, when they went to the Live, they said, well, we can play all these 4 majors, not a big deal anyway. And John Rahm actually thought that his moving to Live would speed up the process of a unification deal, which did not happen.
No.
So he's now, oops.
Yeah.
Now, what he can fall back on is, the European Tour. He can play that all he
Sure.
wants. Will he be invited at Koepka's level in a deal? He doesn't even want to pay the European Tour. Is fine him $5 or $6 million to get back onto the European Tour status. Several other players have already paid that money to be on the European Tour so they can qualify for the Ryder Cup. And Rahm is yet to pay it, but it'll be interesting to see if he ponies it up. He's supposedly a principled guy, but he was two-faced about leaving the regular tour, or the PGA Tour. So that's it in a heartbeat. From here to the end of the year, there's so many levels of players and how they might be able to come back, but I think only the true superstars that are draws in the media potentially would have an option to come back, on a lesser scale. But it's going to come with a price. And mostly it was because, you jumped ship and you screwed us over by taking your talents to this thing, and why are we going to let you back, But it's not everybody thinks that. Some of the players say just let them back. Who cares? They got a payday. Who cares? It's all about the money for pro golfers anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and I guess what I get from all of this is golfers make a lot of money if they can pay a $5 million.
Oh, there's so much money. It's absolutely extraordinary.
That on the Live Tour, they must have either
Well,
done well or
there-
been paid well for not
There's
finishing
a rumor
first.
there's a rumor that John Rahm was paid. I don't know if he's been paid, but it was promised through whatever avenues $500 million in value for coming over to them.
Right.
Because
So-
there was a rumor floating around recently as if he were not to re-sign up with them, and they sued him, it would be for like $750 million.
Yeah.
That he would be sued for. So, but now that he's not going to be paid anymore. Who knows if he'll collect even a portion of that, depending on how his contract was written. But he was also quoted as saying before he left to go over there, because he was asked, "You going to go?" No, he says, "I got enough money to live now. I don't need any more money. I got my great grandchildren can live like kings.
Yeah.
I got plenty of money." So then he goes and he gets the money from them. So who knows what he
Yeah,
thinks
maybe
about
that's
it.
what someone wanted.
But there's some other names of players that you wouldn't even know who they were that are pocketed big, tens of millions of dollars. Plus, if they played well at all over these last 4 years, the purses were what spurred PGA Tour to make these $20 million purses.
Yeah, because they increased their.
Because their $4 million was first prize,
Yeah.
and there's no cut, and the guy who finished 48th got paid whatever.
Yeah.
40,000, 50,000, whatever, just for showing up. And at the top level, you're getting $4 million. So it was a big payday for a lot of those guys. And it's not whether they come back to tours is going to be not driven by money. It's going to be driven by their desire to play. So it's really skewed more to the younger guys
And acceptance from the PGA.
and acceptance. But that I think is part of. So the other people will say, well, hell, without Live, these $20 million tour tournaments and these guaranteed purses
wouldn't have happened.
wouldn't have happened, and
Yeah.
all this turning into a for-profit situation wouldn't have happened. And so the tour players, the PGA Tour players, had benefited by the Live
Right.
existing because it
Yeah.
raised the tide up. So now that Live's no longer there as a threat, the thinking now is that the purses are going to come
Drop
down
back down a
more
little
in line because they're really inflated for the value that they're putting in. It's a little too much
Right.
for the advertising dollars that these companies are paying out for what they get back. I mean, it's a great demographic,
In return, yeah.
but it doesn't really warrant whatever those $20 million to get in and just be a title sponsor
Yeah.
would
That'd be
warrant.
tough.
So it's an ongoing thing. But I hope this is kind of the last of the conversations about it, because it is a distraction.
Yeah.
And the season is really rolling, and we got some big tournaments, PGA's in a couple weeks, and these big signature tournaments, and then the U.S. Open, and then the British Open, and
Yeah.
it's going to be rolling here. So let's talk about golf and
And not this.
who's winning,
Not the
and not
business
the
of golf.
business of whether Joe Schmo can come back or not.
All right. Thanks.
So there you go.
You put that in a nutshell very well.
I appreciate that.
Yes, you did.
I hope Mike appreciates it.
Well, he likes when you talk golf. I know that.
Well,
Tells
good.
me that.
I hope I was clear.
All right. A couple of NCAA things that happened this week that I want to talk to, and one of them is the Brendan Sorsby gambling issue.
Yeah,
Have you heard about
I
this?
did hear about that.
Um,
One of the inevitable fallouts of gambling
well,
being sanctioned.
he apparently bet on his own team when he was a redshirt freshman at Indiana. He then moved to Cincinnati, and apparently they knew he bet.
What sport is it?
Football.
Football.
It's quarterback.
Quarterback. Okay.
He's at Texas Tech, $5 million NIL.
Oh yeah, Texas. Right. They had a good program.
And
Right, they were in the
he
mix.
was one. He might have been the top quarterback in the transfer portal,
Right. Right.
and he is taking a leave of absence
Yeah.
to
Get treated,
get
right?
treatment.
Yeah.
Yes, we'll say treatment.
Treatment.
Um,
Counseling.
is you don't see a lot of college kids getting busted, college athletes getting busted for
Right,
gambling.
right.
But you know it happens more than
Sure,
what is going on.
sure.
Should he be allowed to come back and play in the NCAA?
Phew. What do you think? So the first thing that comes to my mind is the money that he got paid,
Yeah.
which probably helped him bet because he had money.
Well, that's the thing. Was he still betting when he got the $5 million
oh, that's,
in the
So
NIL?
this was his freshman year.
Yes, but
So this is years, a couple of
a
years
couple
ago.
years ago. But I would imagine he didn't stop
Yeah.
betting on NCAA football.
I mean, by rule, no.
Right.
By law, and
Right.
that's apparently when you become a college athlete, that's a big you have to take, for lack of better words, training or you have to sit through.
It's probably seminars.
You have to sit through seminars that talk about that.
Yeah.
Is it forbidden? Is it on the books? Is you can't do this or else?
No, you can't.
You cannot. You cannot.
So
bet.
it is just
Yes.
like
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
sports.
Yeah, and
Yep.
it goes to
You can't
administration
even
all
bet
the
on
way down.
other sports, right?
Like if you
Not
think
even-
$2 in a basketball pool, they could crack
They could
down on
get
that.
you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
But especially betting for or against your team is
Your
a
team.
definite no-no.
Yes.
yeah.
That's a definite no-no.
That's a bad.
So by law, no.
Was he? But he was redshirted at the time when he was doing this betting.
Yeah, he was a redshirt
So he didn't have any
freshman.
influence on the game.
No,
He-
there
but he
was-
knew
he
inside maybe info.
He might, yeah. At least his team.
But he wasn't going in and losing the game for
But see, you're gonna have more of this
absolutely
because of the acceptance now of gambling.
Sure.
Right.
With sports, that sports are now for lack of better words, in cahoots
and I don't
with
know
the
if-
DraftKings and the
Oh, yeah.
the Bet MGM.
Now you are on one of those website gambling
Me?
sites
Yeah.
for entertainment purposes only.
No, I'm trying to make money. But
Right.
I lose more than I win.
Now, do they did you have a rigorous background check?
No,
Like maybe I guess
not that I know of.
if you state your old, because I heard somebody say that they have, you have to give your last 3 prior addresses, and I don't know. I'm not. I
But
would
when
never
you
sign
go
sign
on
up
one of
for-
those sites,
when you sign up.
I don't remember doing that.
I think all you have to do is validate your age and then put in your bank account.
Yeah.
Right, Jack?
Pretty much.
I mean, that's yeah.
See, I don't know, but they were saying that there's so much to, so many steps you have to take that, and maybe that's for college kids, at a certain age, because I don't know if it was this guy, but I heard they were talking. He would bet on pitch by pitch.
Yeah.
You can bet if it's going to be a strike or a ball.
Well, there was that scandal at the pro level where they were betting on the pitches in baseball. And you can see they went back, they got the videotapes.
Yeah.
And, one of the pitches hit 12 feet in front of the home plate because it
Oh, yeah.
had to be a ball.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty easy to prove
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Now, at the college level, I don't know how you
Through a 56-foot curveball.
would do that. Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, it's basically what happened. But it was tied in at the time. They were able to link the bet that was put on it to that pitch.
And it used to be when there were betting scandals in the NCAA, they would target guys without money and maybe say, "Hey,
Right.
miss a free throw or
Right.
don't go to,
Yeah.
don't go
So-
over 55 points." But now, it seems like all college kids have money. But wouldn't you want to go after the guy if you want a fixer who has a lot of money? And I'm not saying he fixed any games, and it's got to be tough because, I'm sure at every college, majority of the students probably bet.
Yeah.
And if you're hanging around those guys,
So-
I wonder how hard it is not to bet.
I know there was some talk about prop bets,
Yeah.
and that
They
in college
take those away from
take it away,
colleges. Yeah.
which I'm in favor of,
Yes.
because
That's way too much pressure.
you could have a kid that legitimately misses a shot and that kills the over
Yeah.
or under or whatever, and you have
Especially like field goal kickers.
or
In
something
football,
like that,
he
where
misses a kick.
a big bet is millions of dollars are lost on that one play, and,
Yeah.
and he's targeted for doing
Right.
doing what he did.
Yeah.
I'm in favor of taking the individual element out of the college sports. Have it, if it's going to be there at all, just be strictly team betting.
Right. Yeah.
Um,
I think
So
the
maybe
NCAA is
they-
pushing for that
so
too.
hopefully that happens.
So then
Because you don't want kids getting injured because of
Right.
gambling
Yeah.
issues that they didn't unwittingly,
right.
weren't
That
involved
it's not
in.
like they did it on purpose.
or they had a change of heart if they were, the classic movie scenario like, I gotta win this for the university and I've been paying all this money not to, but I'm
Yeah.
gonna win it anyway, and then they end up dead in the river the next day. You don't want to see any of that.
Are you working?
Yeah. And the thing is now, if he's ineligible, can he enter the supplemental draft in the NFL and be eligible there? Or should he be eligible
Sure.
there? Or should he serve some sort of suspension
Sure.
there?
Yeah, that's an interesting question.
Because I guess he could be a number one or a first round draft
Is
pick.
he a senior this year?
Yeah.
To be a
I
fourth
think
year
so.
player, a
Yeah.
fifth year redshirt freshman, or redshirt senior? Huh.
He is widely considered
I'm sure
a
at
top,
Texas Tech he was getting paid big money.
a top Heisman contender
Yeah.
and a potential first round NFL draft pick.
So where does that go? It'll be an interesting story to see.
Yeah, to see
how
what
it
he
works
does
out.
after treatment.
Yeah.
If he just, because I think he probably won't be eligible. I would bet the house on
Oh,
that.
for
Right.
college?
I bet the
Yeah.
house, and we're talking
No,
about
I
he's
games.
agree.
got to get in the NFL if he's going to.
Yeah. Okay. So that, I just find that all interesting and how they found out and all of that stuff.
Yeah,
It's
it's
just
trackable.
amazes
I mean,
me.
that's
Yeah.
the thing. These kids don't realize how trackable. Hey, Doug, you
Are
want
you
to come
doing
and
a
say
podcast?
something?
I thought you were doing a podcast or something.
We are.
Are you?
Yeah.
Well, good.
This is professional like stuff right
Let me
here.
tell you something. The place is nice. Everything's rolling. Scary
Yeah.
long right now.
Yeah, that's what I understand.
Yeah. But it
You
looks
can
good.
hit it far now. Ball
You
goes
can hit
down
it a
the
long way,
fairway.
and I need all the help.
I get that. I get that.
All right. The other thing, NCAA related, was they are expanding the tournament to
I heard that.
76.
What tournament?
NCAA basketball.
March Madness.
March Madness.
More games to have to navigate through.
So pretty soon you're
More games to bet on.
Oh, that's what.
God. It's terrible. It's terrible.
You'll
Just
need-
talking about we should have college betting.
You'll need a 3-page bracket sheet.
So wait, 76. That's an odd number. So you're gonna have a lot of odd games to get to 64, to then get to the
Well,
bracket,
it's
true
I
brackets.
think it's 8. It's only 8 more teams.
Yeah.
So there'll be more
More
playing
playing
games.
games.
Yes.
That's all that is.
But I think
What's up, cuz?
What's going on?
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Here to play with Pop.
I think he's in there eating a sandwich.
Yeah,
I think.
talking about me.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I got a lucky break. Nobody needs heating or cooling today.
There you go.
It's mild weather.
Nice day for golf.
Friday
Right.
afternoon,
I
baby.
told my boss, I said, if you let me go, I'm gonna have a tea time. Make sure we got nothing. How we doing?
so. The only thing I worry about is that these are going to go to Power Ford schools and not the little guys.
Well, yes.
And
Right.
it's just more ways.
Right.
The
What's his
Power
name?
Four,
The guy that was complaining for 2 weeks on Bruce
Bruce
Pearl.
Pearl from-
Yeah, he'll be happy because
Yeah.
all his crap teams that shouldn't
Now
be in
his
the
kid will
tournament.
get in.
Yeah, now they'll all get in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
Right.
There, Bruce
See-
Pearl.
yeah,
Congratulations.
and because the conferences make money from there's a payout from
Yeah.
the tournament.
Right.
So the more schools they have, obviously, the more money they're going to get.
What's that?
And I just think that it's going to be a Power Four money grab.
Right. It's
They're
going to
gonna-
be.
It'd be nice to see the VCUs and the George Masons and the Florida Atlantics.
Right.
See you, Adam.
Maybe
See you guys. Have a good day.
you win your conference like Miami, Ohio did, but you don't win your tournament.
Right, those things,
So they
and
should
those
be,
things, they
put
always
them in.
happen. Put
Now,
them
they
in.
went in,
Anyway,
yes,
but they were one of the
Thankfully.
last 4 in.
right, but if,
Yes.
that scenario, give that to,
Right.
because there's
I
gonna
agree.
be, pretty soon the Cinderellas are gonna be pushed out.
Yeah.
The conference champs always will get in,
Yep.
but, you know,
They put any more teams in, they're gonna have to rename it April something.
yeah, March
It's gonna be
/
going-
April Madness,
It's gonna be going away from March.
yeah. Summer Madness.
Summer Madness.
Lasts forever.
Gosh, it's crazy.
So, I mean, I don't care either way. It's just, you know,
Yeah.
the same amount of nights, just,
More ESPN Plus
again-
games to watch,
the majority of people who run brackets don't count those games anyway.
right?
It's once
Once the
they win, then you
64
put them into who
Right.
they're gonna play.
Yeah.
Then, so it always goes
And
back
the
to
timing on it
64.
with most brackets is that you don't pick, you don't know, you have to pick the favorite because, you don't know till the night before.
Right.
So there's an assumption that it's gonna be a lesser team, obviously, but maybe there's a Cinderella in there. You never know.
All
Are you gonna join them in
Um,
the relaxation hour over there?
It
Looks like they're having a
relaxation.
good time over there.
Okay.
Well, they do every Friday.
Oh, yeah. The Gong Show.
Give me another one.
Okay, so we had a homework assignment.
Yeah, yes, we did. We all think we have the best answers.
We all do.
I'm sorry, credit.
Now, our Midwest contributors
Okay.
helped on
Have
this.
weighed in.
Yep, we got something from Rick,
We are,
and Rick took his an extra dimension, which I'll get to when
yeah, we got the frugal
So he's-
$5
he was
off
working
ticket
hard on
coupon.
this
You
one.
Still taking those?
and then we got Mike and Steve,
Oh, they were-
our friends, Mike who runs the football pool we're in, and, they sent us some stuff. I gave them the homework, I gave you guys the homework assignment
I was gonna bring him back.
on
We got a good laugh out of it.
who is the best
Remember that one?
Yeah, I was waiting for him to retire.
player who became the best coach.
The new guy.
Because they always would say good players don't make good coaches,
Hey, so we're not allowed to drive?
because
I prefer if you didn't, you can
Okay.
run.
they were so talented, they expect everybody else to be talented, and how come you're not there, and stuff like that. So, go ahead and give me who you, or wait, I'll start with Rick.
Rick.
So again, thank you, Rick, appreciate it.
I'm gonna stick a couple more codes up here, just so people get the point.
This was actually, he said this was actually tough because there will be different opinions of very good. And that's all I said, very good with great players. So, he gives a little background on who he's got. Phil Jackson, we all know, was a great coach. 1970 championship player, but low points per game. He wasn't the guy on the Knicks team. Steve Kerr, same thing. I think better coach, good player, very good player. Okay. He has Pat Riley with a question mark, good coach. His playing career wasn't all that great. I wouldn't consider him a great player. Mike Ditka, he's in the Hall of Fame as a player. I don't know if they do as a coach also for the Hall of Fame. I don't know how they work that.
I'm not
in
sure.
Football. So you got Ditka, Tom Flores, now Joe Torre,
No.
nah. I don't know how. He wasn't a great player. Joe Torre. Like I forget how good Joe Torre was.
Mhm.
I'll see stuff on YouTube,
Yeah.
and they'll show the 1973 All-Star lineup, and like I've seen from different years back
Yeah.
then, and he was always a starter in the All-Star game.
Yeah, it was great.
So that's good. He's good. Dusty Baker, good manager. Pretty good manager. Was he a great player?
remember him being a pretty solid player.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if he's great, but what's great?
And then he's got Ivan Lendl, coached Andy Murray. So now tennis, that's hard to quantify, really.
Yeah.
Like how much coaching do tennis players get? Boris Becker coached Novak Djokovic. He's got Randy Couture from the Extreme Couture Gym. I don't know what.
That's some digging deep.
I guess he coached Forrest Griffin and Dan Henderson, MMA guys.
MMA, yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Randy Couture, yeah.
Freddie Roach, boxing
Boxer.
guy. He was
Yeah.
40-13 as a boxer.
Boxing coach.
Zinedine Zidane. Is that
Soccer
right?
player.
Yes.
Zidane, yeah.
Zidane.
Yep.
Coached Barcelona's
And
first
he won the
European
World Cup.
European Cup.
Yeah, he won the
Yeah.
World Cup for
Oh, yeah, the World Cup
France,
player.
right?
Yeah.
France.
He's got Danny Manning, which he wasn't a great coach. And Jim Harbaugh won
Yeah.
a national championship.
Raven.
Oh, good player. So those are some of his.
How do you really know?
And then I'll,
Making noises. It's problematic.
I'll come back to his part two later.
Part two.
Part two.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez.
We went-
He only gave us 38.
Yeah.
It's
like,
We're getting
nothing.
all of them.
Are there
Again,
any left?
here's Mike and Steve. He thinks the opposite is true, that great players do make great managers. So he's got Lou Piniella, but he has baseball catcher. So that tells you what his baseball playing days were like, because he was an outfielder. Tommy Lasorda, not a great baseball player, good manager. He's got Dusty Baker. He went basketball Tommy Heinsohn, which I've got some stuff on him too. Bill Russell, we all know how good of a player he was. Again, Steve Kerr. Don Nelson, I don't know if he's in the hall. Good coach, a lot of wins. He one time was might have been the winningest coach. He's got Torrey Ditka Flores. I think we all went to the same site to get these. Kenny Dalglish, soccer guy, you know?
Not familiar with him.
I've seen his name a couple times. Mike Sosha, not that great. Jacques Lemaire, hockey player.
Yep.
Lenny Wilkins,
Yeah.
basketball.
Yeah.
Curly Lambeau, I guess he was a good football player. Good coach for the Packers. Billy Cunningham, good coach, I guess, if you remember. George Hallis. So that's what he's got.
These guys.
I just
going
thought
for
of one
extra.
that I just thought of one. I hope this isn't yours. Metalark Lemon.
Was he the coach?
He was the coach.
You sure?
He's the player coach.
Oh.
Plus, he got to dump
Well,
the
He-
confetti on the ref.
as a player and as
Pull his
a
pants
coach,
up high.
he's probably got the most wins of anybody.
You know, absolutely.
Like his winning percentage.
I think
has
they've
gotta
only
be
lost like once or
999.
twice to the Generals.
Yes. So that's good.
But that wasn't mine.
Okay.
Are we
All right.
ready for ours?
Go ahead. Give me what you got.
Me first or you, Jack? It doesn't matter.
I don't care.
I have to reference my phone for
All right. Well, I'll go.
Okay.
Because
Sure.
I got the answer of all
Jack's
answers.
got the best.
Okay.
Hopefully,
But
if he goes
so
with it.
just a couple kind of came to mind as you were reading those old baseball players, and this may or may not be. I love Billy Martin.
All right.
He was a good baseball
He
player.
was a good baseball player.
Yeah.
Not a great coach, but certainly colorful.
Very much so.
Wasn't Casey Stengel also in that category of player and a coach?
I don't know what kind of
He was a hell of a player, and I know he coached
was
for
he?
a long time.
Yeah, he was a long time.
He was the Yankees and all those
Yeah,
guys.
he did a lot of different teams.
So anyway, those are just two quick ones that came to mind. And of course, it'd be easy to go with a lot of those that were said, Bill Russell and Heinz and whoever.
Right.
I got the one that's just, it can't be even disputed.
Okay.
You know who it is?
Who's that?
Me! Great player,
Great player.
great coach, got a lot of great students, had a lot of success. That's the end.
Wow.
That's a mic drop right
Nah,
there.
you probably are surprised at that, but I didn't do my homework, and we came up with this earlier.
Oh, yeah. Well,
But it's true.
It's not true.
It is true.
I've had a nice career at both, But
Yes.
as far as being great, man, you know, you could. I didn't aspire to. I did aspire to be a great player. It didn't work out for me. Time kind of ran out on me, and then the coaching part I just love doing, and I'm a pretty damn good coach. But I don't toot
Right.
my own horn and get in the top 100 and all that other stuff.
Right.
But and then there's a few golf coaches that were former players, like Brad Faxon, who won 9 tour events, was on 3 or 4 Ryder Cup teams, coaches Rory McIlroy's putting.
Wow.
So that was one that I
He's
thought
got it,
was
yeah.
pretty unique.
His-
And then
Nice.
you know, several of the tennis players we were talking about. But anyway, that was my attempt at some humor.
There you go.
I like it.
That's pretty good too.
I like it.
I like it.
It's Adam's fault.
I could say me, but we didn't have a
You
good
could.
season. No,
There
we
you
didn't have a
go.
good season last year, and I never made it past varsity high
So
school.
hopefully Mike's laughing a little bit.
Who'd you have?
So for mine, we're going to have to go to the country of Pakistan.
Oh Lord, this is going to be good.
Okay.
Cricket.
And the sport of cricket.
There you go.
Yes, sir, my friend.
Okay.
Familiar with Imran Khan?
Oh yes.
Imran Khan. So, fabulous player for Pakistan. Pakistan's the first ever victories against the country of England and Sri Lanka, Imran was the captain. He then became coach of Pakistan, won the World Cup in 1992. Then he became
More?
the prime minister of Pakistan, of the
Wow.
country,
Wow.
and he dated Goldie Hawn.
Woo. That's
Done.
it.
Can't argue with any of that.
You did Goldie Hawn in the
That's
90s.
some serious homework right there.
That, yeah,
Right?
that's nice.
That's a
That-
good one.
I'm done. Thank you for watching.
I can't go any further than that.
You told me to,
Hey,
you said
I
dig
think
deep.
even Rick is going to be impressed with that.
He might be.
That's some depth.
I got a whole bunch from a whole different sports. We don't need that. That's not going to help us.
What's the guy's name again?
Imran Khan,
Imran
Yep.
Khan.
Prime Minister.
I've got some people who were both inducted into the Hall of Fame as players and coaches.
Whoa.
College Football Hall of Fame, Steve Spurrier, pretty good coach. Bobby Dodd. Steve Spurrier also Heisman Trophy. So,
Good golfer, too.
Amos Alonzo Stagg. They named the championship game after him. The Stagg Bowl. I think it's Division III. Basketball. Lenny Wilkins, both as a player and a coach. Bill Sharman.
Whoa, let's go back.
Tom Heinsohn. And I'm not sure if Bill Russell is in the Hall of Fame as a coach. Hockey, and I saw his name a lot in the different things I looked at. Toe Blake.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know much about Toe.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
It's a pull.
Curly Lambeau, George Hallis. But then, there are guys
We
who
got some time, right?
played.
You can add a bucket of balls to that.
Joe Torre, Frank Robinson, we haven't mentioned.
Yeah.
True.
Good manager, first black
Yeah,
manager.
they'll lie.
Ted Williams wasn't a great manager.
No.
He's a great player, but they have him on this list.
Mhm.
Toe Blake, star with the Montreal Canadiens. 8 Stanley Cups as a coach. That's pretty good.
That's,
Okay, that's page number 1. In women's college basketball, Don Staley, Hall of Fame player, championship coach. Carol Lawson, hasn't won a championship yet. College football, Deion Sanders. Is he a good coach? I don't necessarily think so. But and then they have people like I'm just trying to look through Larry Bird. Like he's the guy I thought of when I thought of this question.
Oh, yeah.
Good player. He had a great year,
Alrighty.
or had some great years coaching Indiana. That's the guy I thought of.
Was Billy Donovan? He was a pretty good player, wasn't he, in his day? Or no?
College.
Right.
I don't think he played
He didn't play as
professionally.
pros,
If
no.
he did, not much. Tom Landry, haven't heard his name.
That.
Excellent player with the
Yeah.
New York Giants,
Yeah.
and then became obviously a great coach. Jerry Sloan played for the Bulls, coached Utah.
There's more out there than you think.
There are, and I'm sorry. Talk amongst yourselves while I mention these.
Talk about yourselves.
Somebody had, I don't know, somebody had Mike Krzyzewski. Not a great player. Started at Army, but wasn't a great player.
You don't think player when you say his name?
No. Now, I'm going to leave you with a couple of names. And then we'll go back to Rick's real quick. And Rick had this guy on his list, Dan Gable. Remember we had the question, the best,
Yeah.
the GOAT of all GOATs?
Yeah, he was it.
He was one of them. Like Olympic gold medalist,
Yeah.
NCAA champion,
Oh, he was awesome.
and then like 23 titles at Iowa.
Yeah. Crazy.
John Smith, two-time Olympic gold medalist, and he coaches Oklahoma State. They're a good program. Cale Sanderson was one of my guys. I think he went like 159-0 as a wrestler, and now he's got Penn State has won like 9 wrestling championships. And then there's some more guys who were Olympic wrestlers. But Dan Gable and Cale Sanderson might be two of the best.
Yeah.
And then I had the guy who I think would be the GOAT of GOATs would be John Wooden. He's in the NBA, or he's in the Hall of Fame as a player, and then obviously as a coach,
Oh, yeah.
and what he did at UCLA. So that's my
Hard to
GOAT.
argue with that.
So, you guys, Steve, Mike, and Rick have heard a lot of names. Let me know who you think the GOAT of GOATs is.
That'd be interesting.
I mean, I like Joe Torre in baseball. I think that he would be the
That's
GOAT
pretty
there.
That's pretty good.
I'll take John Wooden, and then probably
Ditka's
Ditka.
out there, right?
That's a tough one not to. So, let's go to Rick. Took it one step further.
Of course.
It's that Midwest work ethic.
How is that possible?
Of course he did.
Where else could this go?
He writes, also went off the road and looked at players that mentored actors and actresses.
What, for like movie parts? and
Yes.
stuff?
So, Sugar Ray Leonard, Will Smith, and Ali. How do you not go wrong with that? Great boxer. I guess Will Smith looked believable as Ali. Pete Rose mentored Charlie Sheen in Major League. I just think that's a great pair. That would have been.
I would have liked to have been behind the scenes listening.
I'd have
to
been
that.
like next to those two guys. Would
That
have
would have
been
been
the
fun.
stories they had. Rod Carew mentored Wesley Snipes in Major League. Barry Bonds, Brad Pitt in Moneyball. Willie Moscone, Paul Newman in The Hustler.
Oh, what a great film that was.
Yes.
Yeah.
Billie Jean King, Emma Stone in Battle of the Sexes. And Roberto Duran, Edgar Martinez in Hands of Stone.
Wow.
So Rick,
Great list, Rick. I
I have
found
to
that
send you a
interesting,
gold star.
actually.
Above and beyond. All right. I think I'm all caught up. Thank you guys, all of it. I appreciate all the input.
That was some serious work there.
Gives-
I feel like I've been through it.
Yeah,
Gives us
Man,
something
I
to
tell
talk
you.
about.
I'm sweating from all
Okay,
that.
finally,
Been through a forest fire.
forest fire.
Yes.
Finally, two stories that I saw. that I think are bizarre, and they're sports related. One is ultramarathon swimming, and a sport we probably don't shed enough light on, big game hunting. So I saw these stories and I thought I want to get what your take is on these. Here's the headline. Ultramarathon swimmer sets record pace over 55 kilometers in crocodile-filled Australian river.
I'd be swimming record pace too. There are crocs everywhere.
And I heard there were like one croc every 10 meters. There were like 3,500 crocs or something.
Why would
this
you
place
go
is,
in there?
I don't know. But
That's crazy.
and then the big game hunter trampled by elephants. He passed away,
Oh
unfortunately.
God, poor guy. What a way to go.
So, if you had to choose the ultramarathon swimming in crocodile-infested waters,
Or getting trampled by an
or
elephant.
big game
dying,
hunting, and
I'll take
elephants,
swimming.
elephants come running.
The guy in the swimming didn't die, right?
No, he made it through.
I'll take him.
I'll take swimming also.
The elephants, you got no shot.
And this guy, and I know there are a lot of people
Get
who
it the
think
wrong way.
trophy hunting is wrong
Right?
and shouldn't happen.
Yeah. That's why you don't hear a whole
But
lot
yeah,
about it.
he was a millionaire, noted big game hunter.
Really? You got-
And
I
he
don't
was
think
out-
you should kill elephants.
Yeah.
He wasn't hunting elephants, though.
Oh.
But he surprised elephants with their babies.
So that's
And mama elephants, you don't want to get
Well, what
mad.
was he hunting?
I don't know. Gazelle. I don't know.
Something.
I'm not sure.
Good sell.
I
Okay.
couldn't tell you.
I didn't know if it said it.
I think he was looking for that warthog from The Lion King. But, yeah. Saw those and
You
I
shouldn't
thought,
hunt lions.
what
either.
the heck?
No.
Can you hunt lions? You shouldn't.
You
If
can.
you can, you shouldn't.
The worst is hunting giraffes.
You can't hunt
You
giraffes.
can.
Yeah, you
It
shouldn't.
costs you like $100,000 to get the license.
You shouldn't do that.
No, because they're just big and beautiful. And,
Zebras,
No.
you shouldn't hunt them.
yeah, well, there's a lot more zebras.
Yeah, but you shouldn't hunt a zebra.
I think the only hunting you should do is with a lens and take pictures.
Well, I mean, we do have a lot of deer around here that cause a lot of damage.
But yes, if it's
So I mean, I wish they would let them hunt deer 365
Right.
around
Yeah.
here.
yeah, and that's what they
They're a
say.
nuisance.
Conservationists say the money helps go to helping, wildlife, maybe making preserves or stuff like that. So that's a question for another
You need a
day.
big wall to mount a giraffe, just saying.
Oh, I'm telling you, 2-story house.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you need almost like drill a big hole in the floor on the top and his head pokes through. And you see him right before you go to bed.
I'm starting to see things out the window like there's a truck out there.
I had one other one now.
What's going on?
And I don't know if I should save this I'll save it for next time.
Save it for next week.
Okay. So that'll bring us to, let's go to famous birthdays for 100. No, let's go to events first. Okay? On this date, my favorite part of the show. 1883.
Here we go.
I always go to the first one listed because I think it's important that we remember our history.
Mm-hmm.
Bob Rogers is acknowledged as the first American pro sports trainer when he is hired by the New York Athletic Club.
Wow.
Where else are you getting this information?
Where else?
Huh?
I don't know
Nowhere
where-
else.
I don't know where you got it.
Nowhere else.
1891. Cy Young wins his first game
Who knew?
of his 511.
511. That's a lot of games.
1901, Herm McFarland hits the first Grand Slam in American League history.
Herm.
1906, Philadelphia Phillies, Johnny Lush, no-hitter. It was the team's last no-hitter until 1964.
No.
That's quite the drought. That's 63 years without another no-hitter.
Yeah.
Satchel Paige makes his debut at 19 in the Negro Southern League. And that's 1926. 1951, Mickey Mantle hits his first home run.
Oh.
I liked Mickey Mantle as a kid. Not when he was a kid, when I was a kid.
I like
And-
young Mantle better than adult Mantle.
No, I don't.
No?
Man.
Okay.
He had it going. Him and Billy Martin. Right?
Yeah.
Did you ever hear the story? Did you ever hear the story about they went hunting together?
Baby.
Billy Martin and Mickey Mantle? I'll say it real quick because it's a hilarious story. Mickey knew this guy down in Texas, and he wanted to go hunting on the guy's land. He called him up. The guy said, yeah, sure. So they got there, and he went up, and he told the guy, hey, we're here. And the guy's like, hey, Mickey, can you do me a favor? I got an old donkey out there. Can you just shoot him and put him out of his misery? He's old. He's not healthy. It would, benefit him and everybody else. So Mickey goes in and he tells Billy, the SOB won't let us hunt now. We came all the way down here and we won't hunt. He won't let us hunt. They were in the barn, I guess. So he goes in and bam, he goes, just for that, I'm shooting the donkey. Billy doesn't know what's going on. Mickey leaves. All of a sudden he hears pow, pow, pow. And Mickey comes running out. He goes, yeah, and I shot 2 of his cows too.
Oh my gosh.
And he's like, no, it was a joke. But yeah, he fired 2 into him.
Oops.
Every time I hear somebody tell that story,
That's a good one.
I laugh.
That's a good one.
Oh my gosh.
1955, The Babe. Not the one you're thinking. Diedrichson Zaharias
Ah, yes.
wins her final victory.
Mm.
And within a year, she had passed away from that.
Oh, wow.
1977, American golfer Debbie Austin wins the Birmingham Classic. I don't know if you
Boy,
remember
that's
her.
I barely.
You'll remember this. 1977, Gene Littler
Remember that one, the PGA?
wins
Pebble
his
Beach.
29 and final PGA title. I'm guessing those were
Oh, no,
tournaments.
77, that was Lanny. That's right.
In 88, Michael Jordan is the first to score 50-plus points in consecutive playoff games. 99, and I remember this happening. I remember seeing this on SportsCenter. 1991, Ricky Henderson steals his 939th base. So that's the record, all-time record. The same night, Nolan Ryan threw his 7th no-hitter. And this one's for Adam. In 2005, Lionel Messi scores his first senior league goal.
Thank
There
you.
it is.
There you go. Birthdays.
Oh.
1884.
Even at Christmas.
Household name coming out.
Yeah.
Francis Curzon,
You see?
the 5th Earl of Howe, British politician, naval officer, and auto racer. I guess he won 31 Le Mans.
Who's on first?
And then again, I like old-timey
How's
names.
on second?
1901, Slats Gill
Oh, that's a great name.
was born. Slats.
Oh, you look like a slats.
1907, Kate
What a
Smith,
cute kid.
the American
Slats.
singer who used to sing, what, God Bless America?
Yes.
At Phillies games, or at Flyers games. 1913, I don't know if you remember this guy, Marvin Bud Ward. Nope.
No, I don't. No.
No.
Sorry.
1925, Chuck Bednarik was born on this day. Do you know what his legacy is? Last player to play both ways in the NFL. He played like center and linebacker.
Okay.
And
Well,
was
Travis Hunter's taking that on.
a very mean cuss. No, he's not playing offense. They're going to concentrate him just on defense. I
No,
heard.
that's not what I heard.
Oh, that's.
They're going to still use him.
I like, well, occasionally, but not every play.
They said he won't play. He won't play any more
Yeah.
snaps than he did this year. Of course, he got hurt. So.
Yeah.
I thought
And
the
here's-
fridge played both ways.
There you go.
Yeah, you know, I mean regularly, not
Right.
gimmicky.
Yeah.
He scored touchdowns.
Yeah. I wouldn't give his way.
I bet that other guy Slats or whoever you said, I bet he didn't.
No, he wasn't a running back. Chuck Bednarik.
Yeah, he didn't score any touchdowns.
No, but he was mean as heck. He'd rip your head off. Here's a local flavor.
All right, yeah.
1937, Roger Brown, College Football Hall of Fame defensive tackle, Maryland Eastern Shore.
Oh, that was Maryland State then, right?
Yeah, it was.
Yep.
And I remember as a player, he played for the Lions and the Rams. 1961, Charlie O'Brien, American League catcher. He pioneered the hockey-style catcher's mask. Give him a shout out. Jockey Steve Coffin. For you Redskins fans, Gary Clark, 1962.
Great receiver.
Yep. Another Redskin, 1971, Ethan Albright. Remember him?
No.
Long snapper.
Oh.
No?
They really focused on that back in those days.
See, you go to this one. 1971, Stuart Appleby,
Yeah.
good golfer.
Australian golfer.
73, Curtis Martin. And,
New York Jets.
Yep, and New England, I believe.
Yep.
And 1981, Wes Welker. Born on
Alright.
this day.
Happy birthday.
It's also Tim McGraw's birthday today.
I was just going to get to that. My
Sorry.
famous birthdays
Oh,
of other
sorry.
people. The first Duke of Wellington, 1769, Arthur Wellesley. Calamity Jane was born in 1852 on this date. Joseph Heller, Catch-22 author. Judy Collins. Adam, you know Judy Collins?
Yep. Singer.
Yep.
Was Catch-22 required reading for you back in the day in school?
No, not in my
Did you ever
school.
read it?
I did not.
It's a weird book.
I read Catcher in the Rye by Bob Uecker.
Bob Uecker?
Yeah.
Okay.
Major historical events. See if any of these are worth it. The penny black, the world's first postage stamp, is issued in 1840. The Empire State Building officially opens in 1931.
They have some of the greatest on the History Channel and the making of like those
Mm-hmm.
buildings. It's just phenomenal watching what they did back in those days. And how
This
many
date,
people died?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Roberto Clemente reaches 2,000 hits, and Lou Gehrig's streak ends officially on this date.
What's the date?
And finally, some major traditions and observances.
Did he say finally?
Yeah. Finally.
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 May Day.
That's too easy.
It is.
That I even.
And Adam knows this. International Workers' Day.
Why do I know? 'Cause I'm a
I thought
worker?
you said it earlier.
No, I said International No Pants at Work Day.
Oh, it's no pants at work day.
Yes.
Well, I don't have that.
Just don't wear your pants today.
If I would have known that, I'd have come prepared. Loyalty Day. And it's Law Day.
Boy, that's a mouthful.
Lord.
A day to reflect on the role of law in the foundation of the country and to recognize its importance for society. You know what Loyalty Day is about? A day set aside for the reaffirmation of loyalty to the United States and for the recognition of the heritage of American freedom. I think everybody should sit back and celebrate that today. We need that. School Principals Day, School Lunch Hero Day, National Space Day, National Chocolate Parfait Day. Huh? A delicious excuse to enjoy the layered dessert.
It's a good one.
International Tuba Day, National Purebred Dog Day, and National Mother Goose Day. Wow. So, you know what I'm going to do later today?
You're gonna eat a chocolate parfait
And listen to tuba
while you're
music.
being loyal to your tuba music,
And maybe read a Mother
and with
Mother
your pants
Goose
off.
with my pants off.
Yes.
Be a
Ooh.
busy afternoon for me, folks.
Yes.
Mother Goose and pants off. That's
There
a
you go.
dangerous
All right.
combo.
There you go.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, our Midwest correspondents, Rick and
Midwest
Steve
correspondents.
and Mike.
Oh, goodness.
That's it for today. Some
I'm
might
worn
say
out.
thankfully.
Mm.
But anyway,
Yeah.
have a good week and take care, and hopefully we'll see you next week.
Play some golf.
Play some golf.